Welcome back. Now, the Bank of Namibia has noted with concern the rise of fraudulent investment schemes that falsely promise financial backing for Namibia's development initiatives. Now, these schemes are particularly aimed at high-ranking government officials, ministries, traditional leaders, and prominent public figures, exploiting their reputations to lend credibility to deceptive offers. A technical advisor to the governor of the Bank of Namibia, Mr. Romeo Nel, joins us with a cautionary message on how you can avoid falling prey to these criminal activities and the consequences that lies for perpetrators who practice these illegal acts. Mr. Nel, very good morning and welcome to GMN.
A very good morning to you and a very good morning to the listeners as well.
Firstly, could you give us an understanding of what the situation looks like on the ground? What are the observations of the bank, of the central bank, as far as these activities are concerned?
What we've seen is that over the past several years, these schemes have been manifesting, and since the beginning of this year, it has become more prominent and very common, such that within a period of a month, we would get at least 2 of these type of inquiries around these type of investment schemes.
Are we talking of here?
Excuse me?
Mr. Nel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, help us understand the nature of these schemes. What type of investment schemes are we speaking of here?
Well, what we have seen is that these schemes appear to target Namibian nationals from all walks of life, and particularly focusing on top officials in the public sector, elders in communities such as religious and traditional leaders. And what it aims at is offering lucrative terms as well as huge sums of money, usually offered, not usually offered by financiers in the normal sense of financing. And these grants, they are offering in billions of US dollars or euros, and with a promise to inject that into the socio-economic development agenda or humanitarian projects in the country.
Thank you for that clarity. Just talk to us about, just how dangerous these schemes are, not only for those who, of course, lose money, but what it also means for the financial well-being of the country here.
Well, what we have seen is that these are generally empty promises. They do not really have an imprint into the Namibian financial sector. However, in other instances where we have dealt with the likes of Ponzi schemes or pyramid schemes, this could have devastating consequences. And maybe just to mention a phenomenon that I've seen in a country called Albania in the 1996-97 year, the scale and the size of pyramid schemes in that economy was unprecedented, and it caused significant political and social fallout when those pyramid schemes in that country collapsed. It was very profound because the liabilities of those schemes amounted to half of that country's GDP, because about 2/3 of that country's population invested in them. Therefore, it can be very devastating for a financial system if these schemes are perpetrated. And therefore, in terms of the bank's mandate, we are there to safeguard the integrity of the financial system and make sure that several interventions are being done such that the system is contained and remains safe and resilient.
How is the central bank working with commercial banks to battle these schemes here?
The relationship is very close with commercial banks. There are certain expectations placed on them, particularly in terms of the standards that the Bank of Namibia issues. So commercial banks need to know the customers that they are dealing with. And through their due diligence processes, they will, of course, have to flag as well as to establish the source of these funds coming into the country, and in many instances, they would be expected to file suspicious reporting transactions with the Bank of Namibia, including with the Financial Intelligence Center, where suspected financial misconduct is happening on clients' accounts.
Talk to us about the FIC's capacity and, of course, that relationship with the law enforcement, etc., as well, to battle these schemes here.
Well, the Bank of Namibia is having a very close relationship with the FIC as well as with the Namibian police, and we are extensively working together in exchanging information and collaborating with one another to make sure that the financial integrity of the system is resilient, especially when we are challenged with criminal conduct in the financial system. Our close collaborative efforts at the moment is very ideal to actually combat these type of schemes in the system.
Of course, the first step is in this protection is, of course, it starts with us as the consumers of these services, as often the victims of these schemes. Talk to us about how we as the people can protect ourselves against these schemes, what to look out for, and of course how we can also report on some of these activities here.
Well, the best protection for us as members of the public is really to be on the lookout of these offerings. If it sounds too good to be true, it generally is. And that's why we have to be very cautious when entering into the offerings that are provided, and in most circumstances it's provided unsolicited. So without you asking, somebody would approach you to offer you something of lucrative benefit. And what I can caution the public on is that if you suspect that this thing may not be authentic, reach out to the Bank of Namibia, the FIC, or the Namibian police and report these scams to us. And through our investigations, we can actually get behind what the perpetrators are up to before they can actually cause further harm to other members of the public.
Absolutely. Just coming back to your point earlier on about, these fraudsters using prominent figures to sort of push these agendas. How can, prominent figures as well sort of get ahead of this matter, especially, when they see that, for instance, there's a link with a picture of them, etc. How can we play a more proactive role in alerting the rest of the public as well, especially as prominent figures in the community here?
Yes, I think that the significant challenge that we are sitting with where it involves prominent leaders in society is that they used these individuals, unsuspectingly, to actually create credibility or create legitimacy around their offerings, whether now it's by way of investments or other forms of offerings that they come with. So, when they approach you with these type of offerings, the best would be to reach out to the authorities, such as the Bank of Namibia, including the Financial Intelligence Center, and present these offerings to us so that we can conduct further investigations and give them more insights into that before actually engaging these individuals, because it can have very serious repercussions and reputational damage for our national leaders.
Just in closing, your final message to the public, and of course how we can also protect ourselves furthermore. Yeah.
Well, the final message would really be we must always be vigilant and not part with our hard-earned money so easily. We have to do due diligences on these perpetrators to make sure that they don't get away with money that we have worked hard for and that we've accumulated, and the wealth that we've accumulated over the years. somebody just comes in and walk away with that. So we have to be vigilant, do our necessary due diligences, and reach out to the authorities, because we are there for the public interest, and we will always be, can always be approached to help in these type of circumstances.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us, Mr. Nel. All the best with your work there at the Central Bank. Thank you for sharing updates and insights into this matter here.
Thank you very much as well, and goodbye.
I have it, Romeo Nel, the technical advisor to the Central Bank Governor, talking to us there about, of course, some fraudulent investment schemes that are on the rise, just cautioning the public there to please be careful, be cautious, and of course be on the lookout for these schemes. Verify this information with those respective officers if you can, and try to avoid becoming a victim of these schemes. So to stay with us, we continue right here on Good Morning Namibia.